916 wickets in Test matches and one-day internationals, and the small matter of 6,500 runs as well. Wasim Akram is with me at tea time today, looking very dapper.
Thank you, Marcus, and I'm glad you are well as well. Good to see you again, happy and looking good as ever.
Thank you. You're a Melbourne guy for a month a year.
Yes, I am, definitely am. I always enjoyed Melbourne, and I'm enjoying it more. Got to know the places, got to know the locals. My wife is from Melbourne, my in-laws are here, so it's like...
So where do you live in this town?
Just got a place in Brighton.
In Brighton? That's a good bowling attack in Brighton, then, Akram and Warne, isn't it? Very good.
Great area.
I want to talk a bit about fast bowling and a bit about you here, particularly at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. The great line began with Faisal Mahmood and went through Safraz, and then, of course, Imran Khan. That gives us a look at your record in both forms of the game, but Imran was your guiding light.
Yes, he was. I think he was a mentor. I got it early on in my career, on and off the field. He was tremendous. I learned a lot from him. Obviously, generally you need someone early on in your career, doesn't matter which country you play for, just to teach you and tell you which direction you should go as a fast bowler. And he was always standing at mid-on for me and for great Waqar Younis. Mid-on and mid-off early on, discussing every delivery, okay? This new batsman in sometimes, I mean, we were young at the time, so we didn't know the weaknesses of the batsman. He knew. I remember the first one day I played here in 1985 against, it was a mini World Cup if I remember. My first game was against Australia. I think I've got 5 for 13. And Kim Hughes, one of the greats of the game, he came on to bat at number 5 and I asked him, Ron, what should I do? And this was when I was 17 and a half. And Imran said, bowl him a bouncer. And remember those days, the bouncers weren't allowed. It was a no ball. He said, just bowl a short delivery. And I did, and got him caught at mid-off. And that's why Imran was very, very helpful. And then he taught us how to work hard. How crucial is it for fast bowlers to work hard? Means running, bowling more in nets. And he also said something early on in my career, Marcus, that was that supposedly a test match is about to draw. And you are tired. It's the last day, last an hour. And if you are tired, you should bowl a spell then and run in, because then your bowling muscles will get stronger and you generate more pace. And I did that in quite a few occasions, and I got quicker and quicker and quicker.
So your training came from bowling rather than from the gym?
Yes, more running. I think early days, for first 10 years, 12 years of my career, I hardly seen a gym. Me and Waqar both. We just bowled. He played for Surrey, I played for Lancashire, and then played for Pakistan. We just bowled in nets, we bowled in the games, we did practice games. I used to play first class back home, and I had a couple of weeks off. Instead of resting, I used to play games.
You love playing here, the Melbourne Cricket Ground.
One of my favourite grounds.
Yeah. Take you back to 1989?
Those were the days. I remember that test match was like yesterday. I've got 11 wickets, and all the greats. One of my favourite cricketing legend, AB, was there as well. Got him first slip around the wicket, a second slip in fact, and yeah, I realised, and that's a big move. Good catch, Mr. Yusuf there.
You and Waqar tortured AB at times, didn't you? I mean, you targeted AB. You knew how good he was.
I think that's what bowlers do, always have done, that you target the main batsman. And obviously, for West Indies at the time, it was Viv Richards. For England, it was Graham Gooch. For Australia, of course, it was Great Alan Border. And for India at the time, it was Sunil Gavaskar. And then Mohammad Azharuddin came.
Oh, right.
So you always target as a bowler the top batsman of the opposition. It shows that you're putting pressure on the other batsmen who are going to follow them.
Test matches on the left, one-day internationals on the right. The staggering record that belongs to Wasim Akram. Let's get back to the World Cup final here in 1992 when Waz bowled 2 of the great balls. He got Ian Botham. That isn't one of the ones I'm talking about. Botham didn't think he hit that. Wasim disagrees. Then that's the ball to Alan Lamb. That's a ripper.
That was one of the best balls I bowled in my career, considering the situation. And I remember before that delivery, I had a word with Imran at mid-on. I said I would bowl in-swing Yorker. He said no, he'll be expecting that. Let's go in-swing length. And for some odd reason, it picked at the right time. The right place.
And he had said to you, hadn't he, at the start of that World Cup, you had a no-ball problem.
Yeah.
And Imran said, I'll tell you what, forget your no-balls.
No, he didn't tell me. I remember a game against Australia at Waqar. I got up, went for breakfast, and there was a newspaper lying. So I had a look at, cricketers, sportsmen, they go to the sports page straight away. There was a massive headline saying that I want Wasim to bowl fast. I don't want him to worry about his no balls and white balls. And that gave me a lot of confidence that my captain have told me to bowl quick. Okay. And so I became fearless after that particular statement.
Greatest moment of your career, winning the World Cup?
It's got to be, for every sportsman.
I'll just show you Mitchell Starc in the World Cup final here 18 months ago, knocking over Brendan McCullum with the ball that you'd have been very proud of. This is the first over of the World Cup final, the fifth ball, the drama, the Melbourne Cricket Ground full, and whoosh. Now that even you'd have been pleased with.
Absolutely. I'm really impressed by the way he's bowling nowadays. Him and Mohammad Amir, two bowlers pop up straight away in my mind. And he's got pace, he's intelligent, he uses, and so is Amir. They both use the crease beautifully, and that's very, very important. And I think he's learning. He's only young, Mitchell Starc. He should be using crease from over the wicket slightly more, especially on a slow wickets. You can't just run in and bowl from one angle every time. Go wide, go slightly wider, and then obviously wrist position has to be changed slightly for his outswing, because what I used to do on a slower tracks, if it's not coming into the batsman with the newish ball, I used to go cross. That's how you can contain the batsman. That's how you can't put pressure on yourself as a bowler.
Tea is not long enough to listen to the master. Just a brief insight. Was an absolute pleasure to see you here, to talk to you. Enjoy Melbourne.
Thank you.
We see more of you on 9 as the years progress. The happy smiling face of one of the greatest cricketers of all time. Live play in just a moment.